Well, okay, all right already. It's 11:03. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. It's the time of the day and the week when we do postcards. See if I can get my hat straight. What? All right. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, just write a postcard. When you're feeling fine and there's something on your mind, just write a postcard. Let's pick it up a little bit, shall we? Don't you know Grandma loves this show? She listens every time from North Moldova. You don't need a reason. You don't need a rhyme to write a postcard to P.O. Box 1252. Just write a postcard. 04098. Just write a postcard to Westbrook, Maine, 'cause Grandma loves this show. Well, good morning, everybody. How's it going out there? I'm going to take a look at these comments because I bet we got some people listening in. Good morning, Diggy. How's it going out there? Let me grab my coffee here. Boy, it's been a bit warm, hasn't it now? I'd like to hear how y'all have been, managing with the heat in all the different places. I know we've got listeners from around the place. Leave me a comment if you want to write us a postcard. This is how this works. P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine 04098. It's in the song. Memorize the song. You got our address. I'm so happy to be here this morning. I'm a little ragged from the heat. I gotta admit, here in Maine, when it gets hot, sometimes it's a little bit of a shock. Yes, melting, Diggy. I'm wondering if you've got a favorite swimming hole or a way to cool down that's kind of your favorite. Maybe it's just sitting inside, opening the refrigerator door. I want to hear about it. It's finally cooled off here. We had the trees, the animals, everything's been suffering a little bit, so we've been making sure that things have been staying damp. But we're not under any restrictions yet with watering, but, I'm sure a lot of people would like to hear about what's going on in your area with that, if you care to share and how you're coping. All right, so that's the big topic, I guess, along with house concerts, because guess who's having the first house concert ever in this backyard in a couple of weeks? I'm super excited. Ariel Silver's going to be coming from Los Angeles. Johnny Myers is coming up from New York. We got a whole mess of people coming from the area, it's like a first. Good morning, Judith. Nice to see you here. Let's connect. Let me know how you're doing in the heat. We're talking about coping with the heat, how you like to cool down, maybe some scenes you've seen, New York City, California, wherever you are, some scenes, how the kids are staying cool. I want to hear about all of it. I was working all weekend in the heat, just trying to take it easy, move slowly, and retreating. We do have an air conditioner in our bedroom, so I've been retreating into the nice coolness. So that's pretty much what's going on. I seem a little spaced out. I do apologize. I was up late last night because it was so nice in the backyard. It finally cooled off a little bit. It was about 78, and the breeze was magnificent. There were no mosquitoes. It was just wonderful. So I spent some time tidying up and setting up and experimenting for the house concert, and I figured out the stage. And so it's going right in front of the Hoop House. If y'all have been listening for a while, you know about my Hoop House. I haven't given a Hoop House report in a while. I'll be doing that. Hey, Jeffrey Randall, what's happening? Yeah, hiding in the apartment. Whoops. Oh, wait a second. Hiding in the apartment. Yes. And I hope you have air-conditioned gigs, too. I'm guessing you might, Judith. Tell us about that. Molly Keeley, yes, cool spot. It's right on your screen porch in Hopkins Pond. Pond breeze has kept us cool. I'm so happy to hear that. Hello to Harvey. Great to see you here. And, air conditioning and... Okay, that PG-11, man, PG-11. But yes, real talk. I mean, it's just like, how are you gonna keep it cool? So the fact that I'm wearing a very lightweight, I will say it's a Roper shirt, very lightweight Western shirt and a vest and a hat. Tells you everything, everything. I've got the window open. And the big news here is we're expecting rain. This is like the most amazing thing. We're expecting rain. So I'm just relaxing, chilling out with you guys for about an hour. And we got a letter from Grandma. Let's see, what else have we got here? I don't have any postcards to read this week, but I do have a letter from Grandma, and I have got some photographs, some old photographs that I'm going to show you that Ken Waldman left. If you listened in last week, old friend Ken Waldman kicked off our summer season. He was staying with us, and I was like, hey, you want to be on Postcards on Monday? He said, absolutely. Shared his poetry, some fiddling. Just, great to get back in the swing with such a veteran performer and tourer. Yes, oh my God, love rain. Yeah, no kidding. New York subways are air conditioned. Yes, yes. You got to hold your nose on the way in to those old stations because they do not smell good when you walk down in them. But it's New York. It's New York, and there's air conditioning in the subways. Yeah, so that's awesome. And yes, Grandma, get excited. There's a letter from Grandma. Did hear from Grandma. So anyway, I have a special surprise guest named Charlotte who's coming at 11:45. Cannot wait for you to meet her. She's something really special, and looking forward to sharing. But let's do a song, shall we? I was thinking about different things. I've been having fun with my electric. Baxter's home from music school. Having some fun setting up I've got a Vox AC-15 in here, and my lovely SG that I bought from Ed Desjardins up in Reedfield, Maine. Let's play this song. I've been thinking about a lot of different things. Thinking about a lot of different things. And I can't remember when it was. I think it was, I think it was my gig with Jimmy Doherty a couple weeks ago. We started talking about, he had just come from a swim on the river a week ago Sunday. And I didn't play this song, but I'm going to give it a shot. I grew up down in Maryland, just a little bit north and west of Washington, D.C. That was my home place, and we were close to the Potomac River. And we had a special fishing spot that we used to love to go to. And you had to go down, park your car, walk across the canal, walk down along the C&O Canal for a while, about a mile, and then you walk into the woods for about another half a mile. It seemed like that anyway. I used to go down there when I was like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, young. I used to go down with my dad. And we never actually ate what we caught because there was unknown chemicals being dumped in the river upstream. And the eagles had disappeared because of the DDT and the other chemicals. And so this song takes a little bit of a liberty with the truth because we didn't eat what we caught. We did catch catfish out of the Potomac River. That was pretty much all we caught. And they were cool, and I loved them, and they were my friends. And I hated putting a hook in their mouths, but I did love to talk to them, and I'd love to see them, and just see how they're so smooth. They're like completely different from other fish, and they have these wonderful whiskers and stuff. So I have eaten catfish, but we didn't eat those. So anyway, I want to play it for you. It's a little slice of my childhood. I will tell you this, it was my brother's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to my brother, John. And he taught me how to skip stones at this spot on the Potomac River. And my mother, I'll tell you one other thing about it, and then I'm going to play the song for you, is that she never wanted me to touch that river when I was growing up. And that was really strange to me. But I tried to respect it as much as possible because I tried to listen to what my mother taught me to a point. Sorry, Mom, I wasn't always the best listener. But I did try to listen to that because she was very concerned. So you'll hear that in the song, too. And the good news is I want to share this because a bunch of that was kind of a bummer. Is that the Eagles did come back about 20 years ago. 25 years ago, the Eagles came back to the Potomac River. And, when I hear about the environmental regulations getting loosened and that sort of thing, I get, it's very personal for me and a lot of other people. And, I'm aware of what can happen to a river if the environmental protections are not in place. So here's to those environmental protections, keeping us safe, keeping the catfish healthy and all that good stuff. All right, let's play the song. Also, let me know. Let me know how the sound is a little bit. Need more guitar, more vocal. Daddy, take me down to the river. Gonna catch some catfish for dinner. Gonna skip some stones with my brother till the sun goes down. Oh, the sun goes down. Let me try that again. Daddy, take me down to the river. Gonna catch some catfish for dinner. Gonna skip some stones with my brother till the sun goes down. Oh, the sun goes down. I remember my granddaddy talking about the eagles and hawks flying up a river and their babies squawking from a mean old snag. They flew away and they never come back. And Mama said, did you hear that up a river there's a factory and you know it's never been said what they're doing there, what's going on. Oh, Potomac, roll on. I remember my granddaddy talking about the eagles and hawks flying up a river and their babies squawking from a mean old snag. Oh, what do you know, they finally come back. And Daddy, take me down to the river. Gonna catch some catfish for dinner. Gonna skip some stones with my brother till the sun goes down. Oh, the sun goes down. Oh, Potomac, roll on. Oh, Potomac, roll on. All right. Cool. Hoping that you're enjoying Postcards as much as I am this morning. I'm going to be really honest with you and tell you that, Monday morning rolls around and I'm kind of like, wow, let's get going, people. Part of the reason I love to do this is because of you. Actually, it might be entirely because of you. I'm so glad to be here with you. Oh, yeah. Sings Harmony. What a lovely song. Thank you for the compliments. And, yes, that's only the beginning. It's only the beginning, Diggy. Anyway, so, welcome to Postcards. If you're just joining us the first time, I'm your host, Jenny Van West, coming to you live from the Postcard studio, where it's always 70 and sunny. Today, it's like overcast, because I got the window open, overcast and about 78 degrees, probably 77 degrees. It's kind of perfect. We're just grooving into today. I'm really excited that it's going to rain. Super excited that it's going to rain. I tell you, I don't like to water, but we're not under any watering restrictions. Maybe you are in your area, and I actually would love to hear about that if you care to share. But this weekend, when you see ancient rhododendrons that can take care of themselves all day long, all winter long, all summer long, and they start to curl up on their new growth, it's time to put a little drip on that thing and just talk to it a little bit and say, let's bring the water table up for you just for a minute and get you some nutrients. Everything's looking pretty good, so I'm glad about that. And then there's other stuff. I'm going to tell you, there is one plant that has really I've heard this for a long time about this plant, but there's one plant that has really surprised me, and that is Echinacea purpurea, which I have a bunch of, and it is killing it this summer. Absolutely killing it. It does not mind the drought. It doesn't mind the clay. It doesn't mind being baked into the clay. It is absolutely killing it. And not only that, it reseeded itself from last year, and now I have all this echinacea. So guess who's going to have a little prairie going out front? I'm referring to the front, this one part of the front as the prairie. I have a bunch of different areas of the garden, and let me tell you about them, actually. If we're going to talk about the prairie, that's the most recently named. I've got the prairie. It's not the huge yard, but, you got to have names for things. You got the prairie. That's where the echinacea is just growing, but almost nothing else will grow except blue flowering comfrey. I think it's a healing herb kind of a thing. We've got the willywags, which is just out my window, and there's some echinacea down there too. The willywags is, the water just moves down the hill a little bit, and it's just for whatever reason, whatever wants to grow there grows there, and it's almost impossible to keep it trimmed or keep it, it's just wild. So I call it the willywags. All right, so and then, over in the far corner of the yard behind the hoop house, there's the back 40. That's the back 40, and we got raspberries and strawberries growing back there, and I recently built my first found object garden sculpture. Yes, I will share photos. If I can ever figure out how to share photos again, I will. And then we got the hoop house, and we've got, yeah, that's pretty much the story. And yeah, so anyway, I'm just thinking that maybe it is, it's 11, oh goodness, I'm late. Okay, so here's the deal. There are no steals and deals today, so I want to talk about something else which is kind of important that I need to share, which is I have a Patreon, and this show I do for fun and for free. It's for us. It's for, y'all love to bring guests on here, but I do have to keep up with a couple expenses. One of them is drinking coffee. When Baxter goes to work, sometimes they come home with a pound of coffee, which is awesome, but we have to keep up the coffee going on around here. Nothing happens without the coffee. And then there's the StreamYard subscription to make sure that I can connect with y'all. And so if it's so basically the steal and deal is this show this week. I'm just going to brag on that a little bit. It's a pretty awesome little steal and deal, and I love sharing it with you. So here's my Patreon. If you care to join or you care to share that, I would love it. I've been sort of updating some of my levels. I was thinking, excuse me, I'd love to hear from you about what you think would be a fun level for postcards. I was thinking $5 you get a postcard, $10 you get 2 postcards, or you get 5 postcards. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I would love to hear from you, and to customize my Patreon a little bit so we can make it, keep the show for fun and for free, but to underwrite it a little bit is really what we're going for. And I will share that far and wide as well, and I'll just keep talking about that. I don't want to make too big of a deal about it because I don't want you to feel like, if it's a hardship or you're just kind of like you're maxed out. You're a musician like me, It's like you're also trying to pay for your StreamYard. Whatever. It's all good. But if you've got something to share, I really would love it. It'll help me keep. Good morning, Brenda. Austin Daniels. Daniels Austin. Nice to see you. Let's see. And so the steal and deal today is this postcard show. I do love reading steals and deals, but once in a while we have to skip it. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because it'll keep it interesting. Let's keep it interesting, shall we? All right, so let's see. What have we got? We got another song. Let's do another song. Let's do another song. I do want to talk a little bit about music phases, and I'm not talking about the technical term, the auditory term, the electronics term. I'm talking about going through phases with things. And one of the challenges that I've had is keeping it interesting, keeping it fresh, keeping my interest up, and keeping the discipline to practice, but also just allowing for changes and exploration. And I'm in a real change and exploration phase right now. And part of that's been playing electric. I've been doing that a lot the last couple of years. And I'm finally understanding what's going on. I've been learning a new instrument. I'm going to tell you about that later. It might have something to do with Charlotte. Just a surprise guest named Charlotte. I wonder what that's going to be. It's going to be about 11:45. We're going to do that. And how to continue to grow, continue to explore, continue to learn in ways that keep us inspired. So I would be interested to hear how, in the midst of all your music world, or in the midst of your whatever it is you do the most of, your work life, your avocations, whatever, how you keep it interesting and how you continue to learn and to grow, as well as keeping up with your commitments. Because keeping up with commitments is sort of kind of important. Yeah, it's kind of important. And while I'm tuning up here, I'm going to do a little station ID. If you're just joining us, this is Postcards with Jenny Van West. I'm coming to you live from Portland, Maine. I'm so happy to be here with you this morning. The thing I wanted to talk about, there's so many things I want to talk about. Let's talk for a second while I'm tuning up. Let's talk about last week. First, out of the gate, we had our friend Ken Waldman here, and Ken and I have known each other for 20 years. If you missed the show, it's all recorded for all eternity and uploaded and all that good stuff. Actually, it's auto-upload to Facebook and YouTube. It's also going to be there. But Ken's got a really interesting deal. You know, he travels the country. He's been doing it for the last 21 years, almost nonstop. He's based in Anchorage, but he travels the country and he teaches and does shows with his fiddle and inspires people. And he left a poem on our chalkboard. I'll read it to you next time. I forgot to take I might be able to read it to you, actually. I think I took a picture of it. Rather than get up and go, actually, no, you know what? If I put my glasses on, I can read it from here. I could see the chalkboard from here. He left us a poem. One of the things he likes to do is he makes these acrostic poems. So I'm going to read you the acrostic poem that says Van West on our chalkboard. Very much excellent. And that includes the most natural accommodations. He slept on the sofa. Where, when, why, what, how. Existential questions here too, sometimes, and that's okay. That's what makes this home. Thank you, Ken. Oh, yes, and okay, new coffee. Let's see, new coffee, 3 flavors: amaretto, blueberry, and pumpkin spice. Okay, you know how I feel about pumpkin spice. We've had some talks about this. All right, and but we're gonna have. I think there's merit in everything, and I just want to say that I'm glad you're happy, Diggy. That's awesome. Okay, and I've had a request to just put the link in the comment for my Patreon. There you go. All right, so let's do a little song. I'm trying to play music that will make it rain. There's a whole line of thunderstorms coming, and I just want them to come this way. Well, I buried my heart in too many places, leaving no trace or treasure map to find my way home. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hiding, I'm thinking of you, and there's nothing to do. And home is a many-splendored thing, and I wear its wedding ring as I walk this weary world. But the heart holds too many secrets. Only God knows what they are and where they lay. So I buried my heart in too many places, leaving no trace or treasure map to find my way home. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hiding, I'm thinking of you, and there's nothing to do. You crossed the desert all alone, and the mountains and the valleys were not kind. Look up, you said, and see the rising sun. This life has just begun, and I'm spending it with you. So take care of my heart, it's in many pieces, and only God knows what they are and where they lay. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hot, and I'm thinking of you, and there's nothing to do. So take care of my heart, it's in many pieces, only God knows what they are and where they lay. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hot, and I'm thinking of you, and there's nothing to do. I just love that sustain. I don't know if you guys can hear that out there. Oh, nice to see you all here this morning. Hey, thanks, Judith. Kind of the truth, you know. I don't know where all these songs come from. Lucia Rico, it's so good to see you here. I'm just enjoying the fact that everybody's here. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're just joining us, Jenny Van West coming to you live from the Postcard studio, where it is generally 70s and sunny. It's, you know, today it is... I think it's about 78 in the Postcard studio. The humidity's come down, the temperatures come down, and it's supposed to rain today. And if y'all need rain out there, I'm thinking of you, all right? And it's 11:30, and you know what that means? It's time to read the mail. If you're just joining us, you can write to us, P.O. Box, you know, the collective we. And I do mean the collective we, because I read the mail, right? I pick up the mail, I read the mail. But we get to share it. We get to share it. So if you want to drop a little postcard in the pond of postcards, write to us at P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine 04098. And yeah, so let's see. What have we got here? Just signed up on your Patreon. Hey, Diggy. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Follow suit if you feel like it. Sign up on my Patreon. Let me say this one more time. That is really exciting. I've just started kind of rethinking how I'm doing this, and I would love to get some thoughts from you about, from you all about what you might like to see on the Patreon. I want to do like a couple of postcards levels to help support the show, and of course, as we do that, I'm gonna start to talk about my Patreons. You know, we have limited expenses here. I live, you know, Postcard Studios right in my house. But we do have to pay for the internet, and we do have to pay for StreamYard and a little bit of coffee to keep the show host going. And so join my Patreon and look for updates. I'm going to be slowly bringing that into focus, and I do appreciate it, Diggs. Thank you. All right, so very exciting. We have some mail. We don't have postcards today, but I've got some other things to share with you. One of the great things I love about having musical and creative house guests is, and people in my life, is the sharing of inspiration. And I've been looking for some. I've been needing some inspirational support recently. And the funny thing is I think I was not quite ready for that until about the last couple of weeks. I've been in sort of a dormant phase. And anybody who's a gardener knows about dormancy. And dormancy is basically, depending on where you live, what the climate's like, things go dormant. Plants go dormant at different times. Like obviously trees in New England drop their leaves in the fall and stay dormant over the winter. And if you live in California, the grass goes dormant, right? The grass goes dormant, turns brown, gray, tan, whatever, in the summertime. And then when the rain comes back, it comes out of dormancy. So my creative life is following a similar thing, but look at this amazing architectural photo. I actually don't even know where that is. If anybody knows where that is, please do tell me. It's an amazing place with domes and rooftops, and it's an old photo. This is a gift from our friend Ken Waldman, who's been carrying these around for a while. It's got mountains all around it. I have no idea where this is. So if you know, please do tell me. Maybe write it on a postcard, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. There's a photo of mystery. And I've put it right on I'm doing what I used to do when I was a teenager, which is put it right on a notebook that I am designating as a journal. So that's this week's mystery photo. And maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these, and we're going to have mystery photos. Mystery photos on postcards. You know you love that. Mystery photos. One more time. Photo of mystery. Do you know where that is? Send me a postcard, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098, or leave it in the comments, and I'll read it right here. Okay. And everybody's favorite. Oh, geez, Louise, I appreciate you too. Thank you, Diggy. We got a letter from Grandma. So Grandma's a little bit of a mystery. If you've never heard about Grandma. Oh, and David Hinsky, what's up? Nice to see you here. The deal with Grandma is Grandma lives on an island called North Moldova. It's off the north coast of Finland. I've never been able to find it on a map. Please do. If you find it on a map, send me a postcard, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. If you want to ask Grandma a question, put it on a postcard, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. Okay? And, but here's the letter from Grandma. Dear grandchildren, July 20th, 2022, North Moldova. Dear grandchildren, I hope this finds you all well. We sure enjoyed Ken Waldman's show this week. All the shearing has been accomplished. They have a lot of sheep. All the shearing has been accomplished, and we are happy to say that our Danish rug-making client is very happy with our elder ewe's wool. The lamb's wool has also been delivered to the spinnery in Helsinki. We always love listening on the wireless. Be good to one another, Grandma. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandma. We love you, too. And, Grandma really cares about us, so if you have a question for her, put it on a postcard, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. I'll make sure she gets it, and, ask Grandma. Why not? I think it's another department. We're just coming up with departments on top of departments. So ask Grandma. That's a department. Photos of mystery. One more time. I'm going to show this a couple more times before the show's over. This is the photo of mystery this week, given to me by Ken Waldman last week. I don't know where that is. It looks like it's somewhere in Europe, but if you know where this is, or you know where it might be, leave it in the comments or send it on a postcard, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. And that is the mail for this week. Let's see. Jojo Napai, what is happening? It's good to see you here, and thank you. We love you, Grandma. Fun fact, home in Russian is pronounced dome. Very cool. Thank you, Diggy. Well, let's see. It's 11:37, time for a sip of coffee. How's everybody doing out there? We've been talking stuff and things, usual stuff. We've been talking about what's growing well. I haven't given a bird report yet. So here's the bird report. Last couple of weeks, it's been pretty quiet at the bird feeders, but I've noticed that the suet is disappearing. And what that says to me is that we have a lot of fledglings around who are sneaking in and eating at moments when I might not see them. So I don't know who's out there. I've been thinking about getting one of those motion-sensitive cameras. Hey, if I get enough patrons on my Patreon, we'll get a wild animal cam for the bird feeder. We can move it around, check different things, and see who's been there. I have been seeing goldfinches again. They'll be back because they love when the echinacea goes to seed. The goldfinches come, and they gobble that stuff right up. And let's see who else has joined us here. Good morning. Oh, Fred White, what's happening? How was camp? Okay, I think I already asked you that question. Okay, wonderful. Just had some toaster waffles and sipping on homemade iced tea. In the air conditioning, I sure hope. We've been talking about keeping cool, what's happening with the weather in your area. We're hoping to pray. I'm playing rain songs today. I played a song about Potomac River. I played a song about Buried My Heart, which is, not necessarily a rain song, but it's got rain vibes. Cool, sedate kind of vibes. We're trying to get that to come in here, down here, onto the ground. Out of those clouds, onto the ground. Well, all right. I think it's time for another song. So, we're talking, a little bit about, I know what I wanted to talk about. We were talking about experimentation. I brought up that topic. And I'm curious about ways that, you keep things interesting for yourself as a creative person. How do you balance creativity, experimentation, developing new skills, along with keeping the tax hammered down? The little, keeping the floorboards hammered down and keeping the income coming in the door. All these kinds of things. Keeping things up to date, keeping things practiced, and then experimenting. So I'm just going to share a little bit about that. I think there's certain qualities that we can develop that way, of just when we're in I am definitely in a metamorphosis phase. I think a lot of people are right now, and that's the word I'm using today, which is metamorphosis. And it's a little bit hard to stay. In a practical sense, stay rehearsed, stay ready, promote things. It's a different part of the brain, and the creativity is finally it's really flowing through me right now. And it's taken the form of experimentation. And so I think one of the qualities that's helping me to develop, and that I'm leaning on a lot, is just being bold. Not being afraid to make some mistakes, because when you get up on a stage and people pay good money to come see you, you want that thing to be as perfect as it can be, right? And so sometimes we have to give up a little bit of that perfection in order to develop new skills. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking about today. And I'd love to hear about anything, how about this tune? That's a good idea. I'd like to hear about anything along those lines that you care to share. And in terms of experimentation, learning new things, after this song, I am going to be talking about what's coming up the next few weeks, and I'm going to introduce you to my new friend Charlotte. Actually, not totally new. I want to talk a little bit about Charlotte, and I'm going to introduce you to Charlotte. Great, mysterious, special surprise guest today, coming on probably in about 5 minutes. All right, so let's just see if we can get this puppy tuned up. Come on now, little baby. Come on. One of the things that, is required of when experimenting and trying new things is to get to know things. And one of the things about this guitar is it does feel the humidity and the heat sometimes, and changes. But that goodness. For all you nerds out there, I'm running it through an AC 15. Two humbuckers, no waiting. Actually, I'm just playing through one right now. So I want to play this song. This is, if you were joining us early, if you're just joining us for the first time, Postcards, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. I stayed up late last night. It cooled off. Shared this with some of y'all earlier. Stayed up late because it was about 78 degrees and breezy in the backyard after a very warm weekend, very humid, very warm weekend. And it was absolutely delightful. So I just stayed up late to see if I could get the live stream to work. I was up at midnight. I was in the backyard with all kinds of groovy lighting and figured out how to set up my house concert. I've been thinking about it for 17 years, and last night I had an absolute epiphany about how to set it up. And if I can just please remember to do this, I'm going to share you a photo and a little maybe a little walkthrough if I can get it to work on the Postcards page. I'm not always great about sharing stuff on there. So this song is about gathering with friends and building community through songs. All right, that's really what my life seems to be about. That seems to be my shtick. So here we go. It's called Embers. Come on, clouds. It's rain. This love has a body, and that body is a song. And this song has a memory, and its memory is long. So let's sing and let's remember, let's love till love is embers, and sit here by that fire all night long. And the only thing I ever owned was borrowed. Let's leave our worries on the doorstep of tomorrow. Let's sing and let's remember, let's love till love is embers. Let's sit here by that fire all night long. And the only thing I ever owned was borrowed. Let's leave our worries on the doorstep of tomorrow. Let's think and let's remember, let's love till love is embers. Let's sit here by that fire all night long. Let's sing and let's remember, let's love till love is embers. Let's sit here by that fire all night long. Let's sit here by that fire all night long. All right. Boy, I'm feeling the vibes this morning. Y'all are helping me out so much. Good morning. I'm your host, Jenny Van West, coming to you live from the Postcard studio, where it's always in the 70s and sunny, except when it's hot. But today it's about 77. It's cooled off. We got some cloud cover, and it's supposed to rain, and I'm telling you, y'all know what I'm talking about. When it needs to rain, it needs to rain. So thank you for sharing this morning with me. Let's see. We've been talking about this and that. Okay, so here's a thought. Here's some thoughts. Some thoughts on, we were talking about, so cellist Yo-Yo Ma once said he strove for perfection until one day the whole orchestra was performing live perfectly and he was bored. He realized what he needed was to strive for expression instead. Okay, that's a beautiful thought. Thank you for sharing that, Diggy. I love that. Because what it helps me to realize is that coming from, we have to be accurate, we have to be precise, we need to be in tune, our rhythm needs to be good, our instruments need to be well intoned if you have an instrument that needs to be intoned. What I've loved is, I grew up with the expression practice makes perfect. Right? That was a common expression in the water in the 1970s. Practice makes perfect. But I became such a perfectionist that it was crippling for me. It was, and I don't say that lightly. I think some of us get really caught up in that. And what I learned was to shift that to constant improvement syndrome. I call it that, so that I keep it light, I keep it funny, and I remind myself that one can take the affliction of perfectionism and put it to good use. And if you find that you get kind of caught up in yourself from trying to get things perfect, because it's unattainable, really. I suppose if Yo-Yo Ma heard I'm sure that there are symphonies out there that they get it perfect, but there's usually probably one mistake in there somewhere, right? Maybe not, I don't know. But Anyway, I talk about what works for me. I love hearing about what works for you, what works for other people. So the time has come. The time has come to share with you our special secret surprise guest named Charlotte. And I want to tell you a little bit about Charlotte. I met Charlotte's twin in San Rafael, California in 2018. I had the privilege of going out there to stay with some friends of my eldest, Charles, who was already out there staying with friends. Got to hang out, jam in the backyard, got to go over to the coastline at sunset and look over the fog on the Pacific Ocean. If y'all have been to Marin County, you know the view that I'm talking about. And I wrote a song about that too, called Cold Pacific Blue, and that'll be on my next record, which these songs I've been playing today are also going to be on my next record, except for Embers. That's on my LP. But San Rafael, California, I hope I'm saying it correctly, was such a gift. It's an amazing place to stay. And I met Charlotte's twin there, fell in love. And I looked online. Okay, I'm starting to give it away. I looked online for one exactly like the one I'd found. And you know, they were a lot of cash. And then I walked into my local guitar shop, Buck Dancer's Choice, and there in Buck Dancer's Choice, my local guitar shop that almost never has these, was the exact twin of this amazing thing that I had fallen in love with in San Rafael, California. And I had a guitar to trade. I let go of it. I'm gonna cause some pain for some people when I say this, but I let go of a 78 Guild Dreadnought that was one of the best guitars I've ever owned. It was a little too big for me. It was giving me some shoulder problems. I let it go, and this one came to me. So everybody, first things first, drum roll please. We are going to say hello to Charlotte on Postcards for the very first time on Postcards. Da, 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 da. It's Charlotte. Look at this. Look at this. I've had this in my world for a little while, and now that I have a studio where I can really practice and not bother people too much, guess who has been making her debut in my world? It's Charlotte. So welcome, Charlotte. I want to tell you about Charlotte. Inside of Charlotte's case, so it's a Hohner made in Germany, Corona 2. It's a C, F, and G. As you know, there's different kinds of accordions. I'll just educate you a little bit if you don't know about accordions. I'm going to tell you what I know. Excuse me. There's piano accordions that have a piano keyboard, right? That's one kind of accordion. They have some buttons on the other side. And then there's button accordions that are all buttons. And one of my longtime dreams has been to learn to play the button accordion. And guess who's going to be making her weekly appearance on Postcards? It's Charlotte. So in the name of experimentation and learning, I decided to bring Charlotte to the show today and make a commitment that, you know, I'm going to play something on Charlotte every time, or at least Charlotte's going to check in and say hello. So this is obviously a risk for me. I've had the privilege of the voice that I was given and the songs that I've written, bringing me all over the United States and to Europe, and to make music with some just phenomenal people. And I don't want to kill my career here by bringing in the accordion, but you know what? It is essential that we continue to grow and just be a part of things. Yes, thank you, Diggy. Yes. Hi, Charlotte. I know. You can send a postcard to Charlotte. I'm going to tell you. You can send a postcard to Charlotte, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. Okay. So I want to give you an introduction, all right? And I decided that what I would try to do is I'm going to play one of my favorite songs. I've played it on here many, many times. It's a simple song in C, F, and G, and I am just going to do my best, all right? You were there in my arms, alone in the moonlight. The trees played the waltz of the wind, and it was there that I knew I love you forever, and dance to the waltz of the wind. The stars above you shone down in your eyes and told me the night would never end. And still I'm dreaming of you till we meet tomorrow and dance to the waltz of the wind. The stars above you shone down in your eyes and told me the night would never end. And still I'm dreaming of you till we meet tomorrow and dance to the waltz of the wind. Still I'm dreaming of you till we meet tomorrow and dance to the waltz of the wind. Still I'm dreaming of you till we meet tomorrow and dance to the waltz of the wind. Oh my God, I did it. I played my accordion on Postcards. Thank you, Charlotte. So Charlotte will be made her debut today. She'll be back next week. We'll be having a little fun with Charlotte. I can't guarantee you that I'll play a song on Charlotte every week, but I'm going to try. That's going to be my goal. And yeah, thank you. You need a violin. Okay, violin and cello, so it could be buttons and bows. Well, I do play the violin. It's funny that you should mention that. And I love that buttons and bows. Thank you for the harmonies, Judith. That's awesome. Let's see. Yay, well done, Joni and Charlotte. Sounds as beautiful as she looks. Yes, thank you. I know. I think there's something to be said for being inspired, being bold, and trying things out. So anyway, thank you for putting... Oh, and there is a piano accordion in the Postcards family. All right, I want to see a picture of that thing. Anyway, y'all have just been beautiful this morning. It always makes my day to sit here with y'all and talk about stuff and things and just do this. And Judith. Okay, so one more time. Today's photo of mystery. We're going to be doing this every week. Let's see, I got to keep myself honest here. Photo of mystery. This is a beautiful, beautiful place. Look at that photo. I have no idea where this is. If you know, put it on a postcard. P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine 04098. And maybe we'll just keep doing that until we find out where that is. But I have a couple more postcards of mystery that are like exceptionally beautiful places. I don't know where they are. Oh. Well, some of them might say on the back. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I love you too, Judith. Love all of you guys. And guess what? It's time to go home. Oh, let's talk about what's coming up the next couple of weeks. So last night, one of the things I stayed up and did while it got cool was that I got my, there's a house concert that's going to be happening here on the 12th of August. And I am doing my darnest to see if we can live stream that thing. And it's probably going to be free for Patreon subscribers and friends of Postcards. You know who you are. And but the sound's going to be good. I'm working on the camera. Without buying another camera, I'm going to try and get the visual as good as I can. But I think what it's going to be is there's going to be there'll be a visual, but the sound is going to be good. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for this first time. So there is going to be Friday, August 12th. I'm shooting for a live stream. Please live stream Gods and Goddesses. Please make it happen. Friday, August 12th. So that's the big excitement that's coming up. I got a couple gigs between now and then. I'm really looking forward to having Ariel Silver here and Johnny Myers. I'm also going to be playing another house concert up north in Livermore, Maine. There's a wonderful house concert there. I've played a couple of times with my friend Ed. I'm going to be bringing Johnny up there, and we're going to be playing there that Saturday night, the 13th of August. So if you're in the area and you're interested to know where either of these are, do get in touch with me and I'll let you know if there's space, all right? Because they're filling up pretty quick. All right, it's time to say goodbye. Can't believe it. And if you missed it before, I'm just going to share it one more time because this is my job. You know, this is what I do. I bring music to people. It nourishes my soul and hopefully creates some conditions for, fostering creativity and health in you. And, you're a part of my world, I'm a part of yours. Here's my Patreon. And love to see you in the postcard P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. It gets shared with the class on Mondays. And, so that's pretty much the show today. I have had a wonderful time with you. Thank you for, one more time, I want to say a thank you to you for welcoming Charlotte to the Postcards family. And Charlotte, we're going to have a long and illustrious time together. I'm going to try and bring Charlotte to every gig. That's my goal. I want Charlotte to be a part of things. So there we go. And I think it's time to go out with some music. And, let's see, there's one more person I can see. Somebody popped in. Carolyn Irving Hansky. Well, let me just say another thank you and hello and goodbye to everybody. Judith Diggy, Fred, Lucia, and Carolyn, David, Brenda, and Jeffrey, thank you for checking in this morning. And all of y'all who are listening now. And I forgot a very important birthday. My birthday book migrated down to my office, and I'm going to bring it back because we haven't been updating the birthday book. If you have a birthday that you would like in the birthday book, send me a message here on Facebook, okay? Or put it on a postcard, send it to me at P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. There's a very important birthday that I forgot to mention. And that is, yesterday was Shane Alexander's birthday as well as my brother's. So happy birthday to my wonderful producer and colleague, Shane Alexander, out in Los Angeles, California, Buddhaland Studios. Happy birthday. I hope it was fabulous. And with that, we're gonna tune back up a little bit, and we're gonna say goodbye with the postcard song. One more time about Patreon. I do this show for fun and for free, and I will always be doing it for fun and for free because the free part of it is important. It matters. We all deserve to have entertainment and culture, and we all have to keep the lights on too. So the overhead for this show is pretty low. It's about $35 a month. Because the rent's paid for and the internet's been paid for, but we need to cover the StreamYard and all that kind of stuff. So to keep this show going, I do appreciate it. Thank you, Diggy, for signing up today. Anybody else? If signing up for yet another Patreon is not in the cards for you, would you consider a share? I would really appreciate that because you never know what kind of fish you're going to catch, and that's part of it too. So I appreciate you sharing the word, and letting people know about Postcards. Kind of a fun corner of our world here. I think it's fun. All right. Well, listen. I hope you all have a good week, whatever it is you're doing. I hope you can stay cool. You folks in Maine, I hope you're getting rain. Everybody else where it's dry and hot, hope you're getting some rain. And I'm gonna go out in the key of B flat. Thank you all so much. It's been a wonderful morning, and I hope you have a great week. I'm your host, Jenny Van West, coming to you live from the Postcard Studio, where it's always 70 and sunny. And today's no different, but it's just a little overcast and about 77. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, just write a postcard. When you're feeling fine and there's something on your mind, just write a postcard. Don't you know Grandma loves this show? She listens every time. You don't need a reason, you don't need a rhyme to write a postcard to P.O. Box 12522. Just write a postcard. 04098. Just write a postcard to Westbrook, Maine, 'cause Grandma loves this show. Welcome to Postcards and goodbye. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for being here.